this video, we'll discuss how to learn with integrity in the field of computer science. Learning with integrity means acting honestly, taking responsibility for your own learning, and choosing to do the right thing even if easier shortcuts exist. Acting with integrity means making a commitment to the learning process. You're here to learn something about computer science. In order to do that, you must do the work. You have to put in the time and effort required for our course. There will often be an easy way out, but if you truly want to learn something in this course, you should remember to act with integrity, and that means doing the work. Let's talk about AI. AI can be a helpful part of the learning process, but it can also prevent you from learning if you use it in the wrong way. So let's talk about how to use AI responsibly. Computer science is a hands-on skill. The only way to learn is by actually doing it, typing code, debugging, fixing mistakes, practicing, and thinking through problems. If AI does these things for you, you might finish an assignment, but you won't have learned the concepts or built the skills you'll need in the future. It's true that these days lots of people in industry do use AI. This is a part of our current reality. But it's important to note that those people already know the fundamentals. They can already read code, reason about code, fix code, and evaluate whether an AI's answer is good or bad. You're here now to build that similar foundational knowledge. Here's another way to think about it. Consider a calculator. If you had to calculate a complicated division problem, you'd most likely use a calculator. And that's okay, because you know how to do division already. You learned that basic skill in math class long ago. Because you already know the skill, it's okay to use the calculator to help you solve the current problem. But we wouldn't want to have kids in elementary school start asking calculators for the answer without knowing how to do division on their own. It's the same with computer science. It's critical to learn the fundamentals of whatever it is that you're studying, a language, an algorithm, whatever. Once you develop a strong foundation and have practice and experience with the concepts, then you'll be able to use AI as more of a shortcut for the task you've already mastered. Hopefully this course will help you along the way in learning those foundational ideas, which can lead to future work with more complex ideas and problems. Another reason it's important to know the fundamentals on your own is that having that knowledge is necessary to be able to evaluate what AI gives you. If you don't understand a concept, you can't judge whether an AI's answer is right or wrong, and AI does get things wrong. Here's a parallel example. Let's say you don't speak French, and then you ask AI to write you an essay about the causes of the French Revolution. It will most certainly write the essay, and the essay might even look and sound impressive. But if you don't speak French, how would you be able to read the essay and know if it's any good? How would you know if it's correct, if it answers the question, or if the grammar's wrong? How would you explain the content to someone else? You wouldn't be able to do these things because you wouldn't understand what was written. Programming works in the same way. If you ask AI to write your code and you haven't learned the fundamentals of that topic, you won't know if the code is correct or efficient or if it matches the assignment, and you won't be able to explain the code or use a similar approach in the future. If you can't do these things, you won't be able to build higher level skills. It's really important that you learn the material for yourself. Remember, that's why you're here. So does that mean you cannot use AI? No, not at all. It just means you need to use AI in a way that supports your learning instead of replacing it. So how can you use AI? Essentially, you want to use AI as a tutor, not as a shortcut. Think about AI like a personal one-on-one tutor, one that's always available anytime, day or night. Use AI to provide guidance and assistance, but not to generate solutions. Just like you wouldn't hand a human tutor your assignment and ask them to do it for you, don't do that with AI either. Use AI to help you find bugs or to help you understand topics by explaining them in a different way, or to help you figure out how to get started. But don't use it to give you the answer, and certainly don't submit code that was generated by AI. Remember why you're here. You're here to learn, and you can't learn if AI does the work for you. Here are some good uses of AI that are allowed in our class. Asking for explanations of concepts. Asking for summaries of key ideas or slides. Asking for definitions and comparisons. Getting help understanding error messages or getting a hint as to where a bug might be. Asking for high-level guidance on how to start a problem. Asking for additional practice questions and examples that are different from your assignment, and asking why type questions. These are all great ways to use AI as a tool to help you learn. Here are some things you should not be doing using AI. You shouldn't be asking AI to generate your whole assignment, or copying and pasting AI-generated code. You shouldn't ask AI to rewrite your code to make it pass all the tests, and you shouldn't submit AI code as if you wrote it. None of these actions will help you learn the material, and they're also against the academic integrity policies of the course. Basically, if a prompt will cause AI to do an assignment for you, it won't support your learning, and it's not allowed in the class. Instead, focus on using AI to help you do the work. I know that sometimes people find themselves in a situation where they're stuck or confused and they might be thinking, this problem makes no sense, or I have no idea where to start, or nothing in the course showed us how to do this. If you feel like that, it can be tempting to use AI to write the answer and just be done with it. But when this happens, it's rarely a one-time thing. Using AI to do the work means you won't be able to do future work that builds on those same ideas, and that problem can continue to snowball. It's a bad cycle with no good ending. If you find yourself in this situation, take a breath and remember how to use AI to help you learn and then do the work yourself. And of course, you can always reach out to me or a tutor or a classmate. One way to make sure that you're using AI to learn and not to just give you the answers is to be explicit about your intentions in your prompt. You can tell AI, "I'm a student, I want to learn, please don't give me the full answer." This will set the tone and help AI respond in a way that supports your learning. The bottom line is that you want to use AI to help you, not do the assignment for you. Here are some example prompts that use AI in the right way. "I'm a student learning Java. Can you explain what a stack is without writing my assignment code? I'm confused about recursion. Can you give me a simple example unrelated to my homework? I'm stuck on my homework. Here's the error message. What does it usually mean? Can you give me a high-level hint on how to start this problem? Don't give me the code. I'm trying to write that myself. Here's my code. Can you help me reason about why this might be wrong? Please don't give me a solution, but ask me questions to guide me in the right direction. I need more practice with this idea. Can you give me some sample problems?" In addition to using your prompts to tell AI your intentions, another good way to make sure that you're learning the material is to write the final solution yourself without referring back to the AI chat. So close that browser tab or put your phone away and then write your code or answer based on what you've learned. This will prevent you from copying anything that was generated by the AI. This will also ensure that you really learned and understood the concept. If after using AI, you can put that resource away and write it yourself, that's a great sign that you're learning. You also want to make sure that you can always explain any code that you're submitting. If you've written the code yourself, it's much more likely that you'll be able to explain it. Two final notes about using AI. First, it's critical to check and confirm things that you learn from AI. It's not foolproof and it definitely makes mistakes. Remember that you can ask AI to cite its sources and then you can go check those sources for yourself. This is a good check to make sure you're getting accurate information. And finally, if you're ever unsure whether a particular use of AI is allowed or is best practice, just ask. I'm always happy to answer questions about this. The world is changing fast, and it's okay to still be figuring it out and asking for guidance. To wrap up, here are some summary do's and don'ts, both related to AI and its more traditional ways of learning with integrity. Do ask generative AI sites for help using the approaches we've been discussing. And do ask humans for help, friends, classmates, colleagues, tutor, and of course me. Do not ask AI to write the answers for you. Do not assume AI answers are always correct, and don't use paid online, quote, study sites. These sites typically provide answers for money, and they're rarely there to help you learn. Do use what you've learned, both from AI and from other sources, to write and submit your own code, and do make sure you can explain any code that you submit. Do not copy and paste code and submit it as your own. Do not submit code written by another person, a previous student, or by generative AI. And do not submit code found in online forums or repositories. Do work with classmates and help each other learn, and do contact your instructor for help during an exam. Don't post or share assignment questions or answers even after you've finished our class, and don't communicate with other people online or in person during an exam. Remember, you're here to learn. The academic integrity policies of this class are designed to support you in that process, so don't cheat yourself out of gaining knowledge and acquiring skills. Get into the habit now of acting with integrity and using tools to help you, not do the work for you. Learning with integrity really allows you to learn the material and succeed in computer science, which is the whole reason why you're here.